Hello! Welcome everybody to the Improv and RPG channel. My name is Matt. I'm very excited. We are going to be rocking some Flabbergasted action this evening. Rocking some, around the world in 80 days. Of course, big thanks to Fleur and Chelsea of the Wanderer's Tome for creating such a magnificent game, which I have my book now. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. There's some wild stuff that's going to come into play, some new stuff that's going to come into play this evening. I'm sure of it. But also, big thanks to Junebug Joe for the artwork. You'll note that each of our players, their character's art is right next to their lovely faces. So big thanks to her as well. Let me throw down. Hang on, just some links here. But y'all, it might take a second here. It looks like my Stream Elements is having some difficulty, but uh, I'll figure that out. But while we are getting going, let's introduce y'all to our wonderful cast. Let's start things off with Liam with Kaylee on deck. Start off with who you are, what your pronouns are, who you're playing, what their pronouns are, and a quick blurb about who you're playing, as well as anything you have to promote. So, Liam, take it away.
Thank you. Well, my name's Liam, pronounced he, him. I run a channel called The Geek of One's Own, where I tend to do a whole lot of role-playing games and this stuff. And today I am playing as Logan Chesterton, a member of the Help that likes to go around and keep tabs on everything that people do wrong so he can bring it up later.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Anything to promote?
Just my channel. If you guys enjoy TTRPGs such as Flabbergasted, I currently run this weekly, and I'm looking to add another day soon. So I'd love if you popped in and said hi.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Liam. Let's kick it over to Kaylee with Henry on deck.
Hello, yes. My name is Kaylee. My pronouns are she, they. I am playing Mungo Fitzgibbons, who he, him. He is an aristocrat who has a real knack for getting himself into trouble at precisely the worst times possible. Just real golden retriever of a man. You can find me over at mastermindadventures.com, where we have many premium RPGs run by all sorts of game masters from around the world. If you're looking for a paid game to get into, check it out.
Phenomenal. Thank you so much, Kaylee. Let's jump on over to Henry with myself on deck. Oh, Henry, you're muted.
I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Trying to be very polite.
I appreciate it.
But hi, yes, I'm Henry, he, him pronouns, and today I'll be playing Vinny Vulpes. As for a while now, they, them pronouns. The suave, cunning, well-to-do, sort of a professional fixer. Maybe causes more problems than fixing them. Who knows?
Right.
But are currently on a quest to, solve a problem anyway.
Fantastic. Anything to promote, Henry?
Nothing to promote, as usual. Just very happy to be here.
Sounds good. Well, I am Matt. I am the director, as it were, aka the game master. And I'm very, very excited to jump on in. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be wild, y'all. And I wasn't able to connect it, so I'm just doing a little copy pasta. Here is Junebug Joe's link card if you want to get like something commissioned or check out some really sick art. And here, of course, is the website if you want to get your hands on Flabbergasted as well. But now it's time. It is time, y'all. Because, well, last time, there was a bit of chaos. And, well, Mungo was the one who was the target of said chaos initially, as Mungo found himself in trouble as three thirsty women converge upon him. The woman in the deep blue dress with brown curls, the woman in the pink dress with long, straight brown hair, and Bunny, his love. But how do we save him? How do we save him indeed? Fire is yelled as Logan runs and is pulled into a room by a security guard to safety. But we had a problem redeemed. And so Logan finds out that it's the Prince of Porto, Portugal himself, Tomas, who wants some revenge. Now, women on one end, the prince on the other. What do? The lights go out. Vinny, they took care of the power. They pull Mungo out as he professes his love for Bunny. Did she hear? Did anyone? Over the panic, over this fire. Logan is about to be pummeled when the lights went out. He escapes out the window, but loses his jacket and pants in the process. With the oversized shirt, Logan looks like he's nude from the waist down. You can't tell. Does anyone want to tell? We'll see. Vinny, well, they say that they work with a private agency that worked with streakers. And as this is said, Mungo sees his parents, who in turn see Logan, who took on the guise of Sergeant in the party, who claims to be the sponsor of the Globetrekker Society. And they see him naked from the waist down. The team doesn't have time to deal with all that. They are able to reunite, and they gotta look good. And they got a sick glow up with a pinstripe suit, turtleneck, and French new wave style for Mungo. Carmen Santiago double-breasted vintage overcoat with black gloves and masquerade fox mask for Vinny. And a matching classy muted blue suit. A plaid mustard pattern striped tie, but always that trademark hat for Logan. They slow-mo walk to confront Catherine. Now, I will quote, if we don't come out of this unscathed, just so you know, I love you dudes. Now, Vinny goes up to the Arc de Triomphe alone and finds that Cat is not the Lime Leopard, but rather waiting for her. There's a bag slightly hidden filled with passports with pictures of Catherine. There's a stash of money. There's a big stack of Lime Leopard calling cards. Was Cat double-crossed? They meet back at the Louvre. The guy with tickets at the parking structure runs. Logan chases, giving some distance so that guy might feel a little bit more comfortable enough to lead him back to a leader or hideout of some sort. And Logan meets the big man in the catacombs who cares for Cat and now knows that the Lime Leopard framed Cat. Then, in that case, Lime Leopard must be at the Eiffel Tower then. Mungo distracts the police, saying that someone's messed with the Mona Lisa. Vinny puts the bust back, leaving their calling card. Now everyone reunites and heads to the Eiffel Tower. Cat, Vinny, the big gentleman, and Mungo go up to the top. Logan stays downstairs, looking for exits just in case. Up top, they find a bag under one of the telescopes. Down below, Logan sees a very nice car driving down the street. Someone waves from inside. A beautiful woman, long brown hair, looks familiar, smirking at him. Vinny sees in the bag up top, two things: the calling card of the lime leopard and a note that says, "Thanks for the kiss." Now, that's where we left off with our Globe Trekker Society. Logan, you saw the woman smirking in the car, driving off. Your friends are at the top of the Eiffel Tower. What do you do? Oh, you're muted, Logan.
I am muted. I haven't had long to think about this at all.
I know.
It's just like it's like we just picked up where we left off 10 minutes ago.
Exactly.
So under pressure, I'm going to get in my car and start driving.
Okay.
I'm gonna chase.
A chase scene. Fantastic. All right. So you get in your car, you start driving, and I would say that when they notice that car that woman is in starts to floor it, do you proceed? Do you continue?
Oh, absolutely. There's no being subtle about it. I'm going to, if I can catch up, I'm going to ram them. I'm going to try to drive them off the road.
Oh my gosh.
Like I'm going full fast and flabbergasted.
The fast and the flabbergasted. Okay, sounds good. In that case, before I have you make some rolls, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to choose any one of your traits. Because I'd say that in this case, this is going to be a very important role. I want you to choose and justify why you would choose that one, why this would apply to the way you're driving. I'll come back to you in a second, though, because Mungo, Vinny, you are at the top of the Eiffel Tower. You hear the tires peel out. And just looking over the edge, you would note that, well, Logan is in hot pursuit. You would hear as the other car starts to accelerate too. It seems like Logan is chasing someone. What are you two doing?
That's our car, right?
Yeah,
Did Logan just leave us here?
we should probably go get that.
I mean, we had to catch
car.
up with. I mean, I hope we catch up with him, but with what? There's so many questions. Well, we finally figured out that Lime Leopard is one of the women that you kissed. That's good.
Ooh, that's I mean, never
Never
had
kissed
a
a thief
dalliance
before.
with criminal people that I know of. And
I will
Mungo's
never let
ears
this day
are
get-
turning very red.
Hey, and it's not like every day you get to kiss a thief. So good on you. Good on you, Mungo.
I mean, one doesn't need to encourage it necessarily, but I suppose
Yeah,
it is a bit exhilarating.
Yeah, exactly. But choosing between a leopard and a bunny, a predator or prey, like which
Oh,
one?
well, we're going to miss that car. We should.
Yeah, actually, no, yeah, that's right. Okay, that's down. Vinny is totally just like milking this moment right now. As serious as this could be, it's just like, damn, Mungo.
Right?
But yeah.
Goodness. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll proceed to head down. Yeah.
So, the process of going down, I'd say it does take some time. But what would be your course of action? Because based on the speed that they'd be going, you wouldn't be able to catch them on foot, and they would be able to make unless the destination is like right there. I don't know if you would be able to catch a bead on where they would be going by just chasing them.
We still have to tell us. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was going to suggest something maybe wacky, like
Oh.
maybe someone going past on bicycles that we could like knock them over.
Oh my gosh!
Punch him right in the.
Okay.
It's like sorry. Or at least attempt to do that.
Okay.
See.
You know, I'm a fan
Like
of that.
that seems like it should be a role of some sort to try and do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay, here's what I'll do. In this case, I'm going to have you choose the trait. I'm going to have you make the roll, and for every success you get, that's 1 bicycle.
Oh no.
So, I will come back to you as we go over to Logan. Logan, what is your determination? What trait are you going to use? Oh, can't hear you.
Doing that. To begin with,
Yes.
I think Logan is just taking risks, not thinking too much, just
Great.
gotta go. So he's going to go with bravado and persuasion.
Fantastic.
He's going to try to persuade them brutally to pull over.
I did.
Here's a lamppost. Why don't you run into it?
Phenomenal. Okay, and
And
for everyone
me to
new to
roll?
this system, I'm showing some of the traits. These, of course, aren't Logan's traits, but just so you're familiar with what sorts of attributes our players are working with. But give me that roll, Logan.
all right, here goes. Okay, that's 1 success.
1 success. Okay, so in this
Yes.
case, I'd say like you're able to keep up, but your attempts to maneuver them off the road, it seems quite difficult. It feels like whoever she has driving this is very, very good. Like, I dare say, potentially as good as the famous driver Mr. Collins, that you've heard of around the way. But it's like you're at the very least able to keep up. You try to swerve left, right, but it's like I imagine that you try to do that maneuver where you go behind them, right, like your front wheel well to their back wheel well, trying to spin them around. But it seems like each time you do that, they're able to turn into their skid and prevent themselves from fishtailing. I'll come back to you in a second for another roll. Logan, well, we'll see. Now, Vinny and Mungo. Mungo, which trait did you settle on?
Yes, I am also gonna go with bravado and persuasion.
Oh,
'cause this
snap.
takes a lot of bravado. I think,
Okay,
to-
let's
to-
go. All right. I'm excited.
Okay, that's 1 success.
Okay.
So 1 bicycle.
You find 1 bicycle.
Okay. I mean, I just need 1.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't- I mean-
Wow.
Well, I figure,
Okay. In this case, I'd say it's you know what? I'm gonna make a quick roll to see what kind of bicycle it is. Ideal. So, it's those really tall ones, with the really big wheel. And
yeah.
yeah, I want to say
Penny
yes.
Okay.
And Mungo, I mean, for most people it might be difficult, but Mungo, this is right up your alley. You're able to ride this perfectly and, be able to move with quite a bit of speed. So, you've got this bicycle. Vinny, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Mungo just
Left.
knocked a person off a bicycle.
Like from this very tall bicycle, so I imagine it's like a simple nudge.
Oh,
It's just enough to topple this person, and then just
And
got
apologize profusely.
Yeah. Has one question though? Has Mungo ridden off with Vinny in the back wind or no? Or Mungo's not waiting at all?
Oh, would Mungo go immediately, or would there
Yeah.
be any words shared?
Yeah.
I think Mungo just goes because right now time is of the essence.
Oh, right. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, Vinny's just there, with their like sort of like it's just some like cosplayer just like left in the middle of like Paris and just raining as well. It's just like, almost like imagine like a damp, wet fox, but in the form of a person, pretty much.
Oh my god.
It's just there. So Vinny is just firstly, flabbergasted, just like everything that's just happened. So it's kind of like that, the Google beach ball thing, just spinning her head, just like, how did it come to this? Why am I still here? I'm the one supposed to solve your problems, and yet I'm here trying to solve my problem.
Yeah. Yeah, you might hear the echo of your friend from back in Porto saying baggage.
But then, am I the baggage or are they the baggage? I'm the one being left behind here.
Who knows?
Am I the
Yeah.
problem? It's me.
Yeah, exactly. So I think with that, Vinny definitely needs to go and like try to find like the quickest route. Running will not be the most ideal.
Mhm.
So I would say I would like to try to find. Ooh. Oh, is there like I guess in this time there should be like carriages, right? Like
Yeah.
horse carriages,
I'm
right?
certain. Yes.
Can I hijack one?
Oh yes.
Especially around the Eiffel Tower, no doubt.
Yeah,
There'd be like-
exactly, right?
There'd be a couple that would have paid good money for that carriage ride around the Eiffel Tower,
Exactly.
for romantic purposes. He was
Mhm.
probably going to propose right at the end.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you choose a trait. Same
I
same
mean-
thing. You let me
I
know
mean,
whichever
like,
fits.
I already got the start out. I'm bravado and persuasion. Like, I feel like that's the thing we're going for here, all
Let's
of us,
go.
bravado and persuasion.
Let's go.
Now, remind me, a 5 and a 6 is a success, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Only one success as well.
One success. Okay, so you are able to find a carriage,
Mhm.
and there are a couple that are sitting in there. They look, the man looks very tense. It looks like he is like a little bit nervous. The woman is just kind of sitting there, comfortable and looking around. There's just this air of tension and anticipation in the air.
Yeah.
But there is an older gentleman with gray hair and a top hat that's driving this carriage. How do you are you doing the same Mungo tact? You're just nudging a person, nudging him off, or what?
Yeah. No, I think I'm more subtly than that. I just like, excuse me, I think you kind of dropped something over there. I think you might want to pick it
Oh.
up.
Oh,
Yeah.
great!
So like to actually
great.
get him out of the carriage.
Great. Also, question: do you want Cat and the big man to come with you, or would
Oh,
you
yeah,
leave
definitely.
them? Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'll let them come as well. And
Great.
I think as I do that, I just say to the couple, it's like, listen, dude, I know you wanted to like do something with this, but a horse carriage is definitely not the thing. I really do recommend the boat journey though. The boats around here along like the river is actually really good. Maybe we should try that. Go under the Love Bridge. Maybe that could be good. Yeah.
Love Bridge.
And yeah,
All right.
I mean, it's in the name. How could you not know? Like, anyway,
Okay.
go there. I'm sure this lovely old gentleman would love to take you there. Anyway, I just like sort of like, excuse me,
Wink, wink,
pardon me, and I
nudge,
just like
nudge.
take as I'm saying this, I'm like unassumingly just like taking the driver's seat
Oh.
as the
Okay.
old man, I assume, is still looking for this
Right.
thing
He's
that
just
he
like,
dropped.
What? I'm not sure what's on the ground. And do you want the couple to also leave the carriage?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's the reason why I said it's like, yeah, maybe take the
Okay.
boat ride.
Okay.
To actually like, get off and be like, nah, this is not it. This is not it, dude.
I'd say much like how I was. The two of them are like, oh, that's great advice, and they're just sitting there. Until it's like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
All right, great. So we have a car, we have a penny farthing, and we have a carriage. So back over to Logan. Logan. So continuing along, I'd say that the path that the car that you're chasing, it's heading. It initially heads into the city, but then it cuts out into an area like closer to the coast. It seems to be heading towards like as far as like landmarks are concerned, it feels like it's heading into like a kind of warehouse and docks district. So are you continuing with the plan to try to like ram them or turn them about to stop them?
No, I think Logan is realizing, okay, this driver is quite skilled. This isn't the way to go about it. But now I'm getting a sense as to where they're headed. Like I've been in Paris before, and I kind of get the feel, the docks, the warehouses, and everything. You know, once you've seen one, you've kind of seen them all. I imagine the car itself is quite loud, and I kind of stop and like make a left and then like start swerving in between smaller alleys to try to go and like cut them off. I'm going to try to, instead of bumping them into an obstacle, I'm going to try to make myself the obstacle. I want to cut them right to where they can't stop and they just go straight into my car.
Gosh. Oh, give me that roll. Give me that
this
roll.
is going to be a wit and sharp to keep track of them while navigating the streets, just to get that perfect timing.
Right.
Yeah, stay there. Stay with me. We're looking at 2 successes. Double 5.
Nice.
Double 5s and double 3s.
Nice. Whoa. Okay. In that case, like taking those side streets, you're able. I'd imagine that when you veer off, like every now and then you look over from the side street across the alley, and it looks like maybe they started to slow down a little bit for one reason or another. Maybe it's a matter of them thinking that they lost you, that you gave up. Or maybe there might be more of a police presence or something around here, in which case, if they were driving fast alone, they would easily be pulled over. But you're able to notice that when you pass them on those side streets, with those 2 successes, you're able to maneuver right in front of them as the obstacle. Are you like when you maneuver there, are you what sort of position? What is your plan of attack here?
I think I want to be sideways on and then just poof right into it.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
Ideally presenting the side that they're hitting, not being the driver's side.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Seatbelt is on. I'm like strapped in, holding on.
Right. All right. So in this case, one thing, well, a huge thing here. We've played with this a little bit, but I think this time it's definitive. You're going to be scuffed. That's a result. I'm also going to give you a lucky coin for doing something so daring. For everyone who's unfamiliar, lucky coin, if the director so chooses, they can give you a lucky coin, in which case, in the course of a roll, let's say you didn't quite get the number of successes you wanted, you can opt to flip a coin. If you call it right, then that's another success. So, you've got a lucky coin. You're scuffed. That car smashes into yours. Now, in this moment, you're a little bit dazed. It's like your ears are ringing. All around you, you hear yelling. You hear, I'd say you would start to hear the sound of sirens, but a little bit farther off in the distance. Now, I'm going to come back to you. Mungo, you're on a penny farthing. So, as far as your speed is concerned, as far as the route you're taking, are you trying to follow the exact path that you saw them start down, or are you going to try to cut them off somewhere? Trying to cut into the city. Where are you planning to pedal?
That's a good question. I think I'll start out kind of just following, but if along the way I see opportunities to cut them off, I will take advantage of that.
Ooh, okay. Great. So, it will take you a little bit of time. But I would say that as you're pedaling along, cutting through, looking for the opportunities to cut them off, you hear the sound, and this we're rewinding a little bit. You hear like the sound of the tires screeching, especially as Logan cut off into that side route. But as you're going, well, you do hear a voice call out to you as you pull into one of these streets, continuing to pedal away. And from ahead of you, you see deep blue dress, curly brown hair. This is, of course, Naomi Hoffman, the woman who Mungo is presumably engaged to in an arranged marriage. The woman that found an interest in Louis Pleasure. And she sees you and calls out, "Louis?"
Yes, hello.
I'm glad I ran into you. I just wanted to see.
Sort of in a bit busy at the moment, but good to see you.
I know. She kind of starts running alongside your penny farthing a little bit, and she says, I wasn't sure if I heard you right in the museum. Who do you love?"
Sorry, do I have to do this right now? Could it possibly wait?
No, it can't wait. Please, can't you just ease the tension of my heart?
Yes, I suppose I owe you that much. Well, you see, you seem a very nice girl, and obviously, I'd hate to disappoint you or anything, but we just met. I don't particularly know you very well, and I think it's my true feelings are for someone else in this equation. But again, you're perfectly lovely, and I'm sure there's a man out there who will just be wild about you.
I see. Who is she?
Who is? Well, she's rather wonderful. I mean, it's someone I've known for a long time, and I'm honestly not sure if I've perhaps mucked the whole thing up, and I don't know whether she will ever forgive me at all. But that's all right, because well, even if she doesn't, I mean, I'd rather have her know the truth than not. And I'd rather be alone than be with someone I don't love.
I see. All right. And Naomi is going to stop running. And you, you see as she like holds her head down and starts walking away, walking back in the direction of like the party, the museum where all the contestants had been. But as you continue forward, you do see someone else. And of course, she is wearing this maroon dress that doesn't fit properly. It's a little bit baggy. The makeup is a little bit messed up because this was kind of slapped together as a disguise initially by Vinny. But it's presumably the person that you said those things about. But as she stands there, what does Mungo do?
Yeah, honestly, Mungo is going to just like bring the penny farthing up, just like to like a just sort of squeals on the pavement as he like brings it to a stop, and just kind of like stands in front of her and goes, Bunny, hello.
And I'll come back to you in a second. Vinny, you're in this carriage. Or you're driving the carriage, leaving this old man and this couple behind, with Kat and the big man in the carriage. What is your plan of attack as far as where you're going, where you might try to head? Because I mean, the carriage, the horses are fast, but not as fast as a car.
No, of course not. So the only way I could possibly get an advantage to get ahead is through shortcuts, I imagine. Like try to find the quickest route rather than going the direct route. So I think I might try to like just veer off, and try to sort of like do the Logan approach, which is pretty much like trying to swing back in front, see if I can catch up with them.
Okay. I'm gonna give you an option here because, and this is a mechanic that didn't exist in the quick start. This is a mechanic that when I started reading through the book, I was like, oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. Because as y'all know, scene cues are huge. Scene cues are our ticket through the toughest of situations, but there is one scene cue that you can earn whether you do very dignified things or very scandalous things. When you reach the maximum of that bar, you earn a new scene cue, which is you're invited to a secret society. Now, I was tallying them up so far. We've had a lot of scandalous activities, including, leaving, breaking up a marriage, leaving someone at the altar, being accosted in the middle of a party by 3 different women at once, streaking through the Parisian streets, knocking a person off of a bicycle, and swindling an old man out of a carriage. With those last 2 activities, I'm sure we have reached 10. At which point, the bigger man, like when you start to veer, you hear a voice, and it's like I imagine that there's like a little window that opens up from the carriage, and the big man says, it's an honor to see you in action, and based on what I've heard about you, I think I can trust you with this. And so he is going to help by guiding you to some side streets, to some underground tunnels that may have initially been closed off as being like a danger, closed off to the public, but he will guide you there so that you might be able to get a little bit of an advantage. And essentially, he is allowing you access to the secret underground society where you'll find the black market. As you pull down into that area, you would note that there are in fact certain areas where it's like as the people notice that you're driving down there, they immediately part ways. It's not like it's almost as though they're used to suddenly there being getaway cars down here.
They're just like, oh, is that the 5th time today? Yeah, it's probably 5th time today.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But with these shortcuts, with access now to this area, you're able to continue forward without having to deal with traffic. I would say that you're able to get fairly close before like you would pop out from one of these spots, and you would hear the sound of metal on metal folding.
Yeah.
But I will say this. En route, the big man is going to tell you something.
Oh.
He would say, so, Vinny, since you're taking care of Cat too, I feel like I can trust you. As far as Lime Leopard is concerned, I'd always thought that she was losing a step. At least once she got here, once this whole bloody competition started. You know, she was supposed to take care of things immediately. Make the drop to Cat. Well, that was where Cat would have made the drop. There would have been a distraction at Versailles while she hit one more target. And yet, now, it's all gone to shit. I feel like there might be something with you. There might be something with you and with her. And I'd say Cat is like, with all the stress of the situation, she's asleep in the carriage. She's fallen asleep, passed out, because not only has her initial her initial plan crumbled, but the person that she put faith in has turned on her. And then we've gone on this chase. We're going into the night. She's asleep. But this bigger man, he says, name's Alfie. If you ever need help, find me. But I think there's something to do with her and with you. So, if you can make sure she's safe, I will do whatever it takes to help you.
Okay. So I think we're just saying this as we're like going through the tunnels, I think.
Right.
So first he's like, well, first, Alfie, I would say this is a bloody well society that you have. I definitely need to go and actually just explore like Paris a little bit more. Takes on a turn.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
yeah, this is amazing. Black market and everything. Locals here are great. But and I think sort of like in the heat of the moment, she sort of like calms down a bit, or Vinny calms down a bit, and Vinny's like, well, I have to say, I haven't really been the best role model ever since I ever saved her parents before when she was young. Maybe I should have stayed. Maybe like I should have like probably showed her the ropes, perhaps learning the moral compass of like, you know, discerning what's right and wrong. Maybe the dangers of like perhaps putting blind faith into something when you never really understood it. That's probably my bad. I was focused on my own career at the time, but now I'm more matured. Well, looking back now, it seems like it's stupid, but you know, hindsight's 20/20. You know, so
Right.
I'm very thankful for you, Alfie, for taking care of her as much as you did. We definitely needed a lot of time to catch up. I feel like I really missed a lot of time with that. But with now, I have no idea who the Lime Leopard is. I do not know what her end goal is, given the fact that you said that she was supposed to drop it off. Seems like this was a planned operation with you, her, and Cad. But now she's made a big mistake of trying to let Cat be like the fall girl. And that's personal with me. She has made this professional business very personal.
Right.
And just yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
really like just drive it.
Great. Okay, fantastic. Okay, as you pop out, yeah, I mean, you would hear the crunch of the metal. We're gonna go back to where the metal crunched. Logan, as there's that ringing in your ears, you feel disoriented. You're scuffed. You're having a hard time like thinking properly. You notice that there might be just a little bit of blood coming down from your head. There's the window next to you is cracked, but you're being guided. You're being guided towards the ships. There are two pairs of big, strong hands around your biceps, leading you, and it's like you can kind of see as like your vision is going in and out. You're seeing double, but you do notice as you see a woman being pulled out from that car. There's no one, like, as far as the driver is concerned, they're dazed. They're just sitting there. But the woman being pulled out, she seems like, though a little bit scuffed too, she's able to stand on her own. And you see her start to come with you. You see her take off the wig of the long brown hair. And you would also know that she has this long pink dress on as well. But she hands this wig off to someone. And your vision goes dark. You wake up and it feels very disorienting. It's a combination of both having been in an accident, but also it feels like where you're sitting is not very steady. You are in a room. You're tied to a chair. There is a light shining from up above you. In this room, there are barrels around you. There are a few crates. There is a door with just a little window, and that window has the telltale signs of being like I want to say fiberglass, the crisscross patterns on it. But now, as you begin to come to, what do you do?
I think Logan just kind of looks around the room, just squinting and just probably a bit of a headache, trying to ascertain where he might be. He remembers he was near the dock and he can feel the room kind of moving, and at first he thinks it's his head, but maybe he's actually on a boat. And then he feels very panicked but focused at the same time, just like, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this right now. And so I think he's going to try to wiggle his hands out of the cord that's tying him, and hopefully he can like loosen himself out of that.
Great. Why don't you give me a little creativity and passion here? It's like maybe just try to figure out little weak points in this. Maybe maneuvering. There might be some spots around you that are a little bit sharp where you might be able to cut your rope against.
Let's find out. I'm not the most creative person.
Mm-hmm.
And as expected, that is a failure.
Okay. You attempt. I'd say that there might be some edges of crates where you note that the edges, the corners are particularly sharp. But you try to inch your way over there, but you end up falling over with a loud thud. You feel that shock jolt up your arm. And then you hear a sound as the door opens. And, well, the woman who had taken off that long brown-haired wig steps into the room. And you note that she is wearing a black turtleneck shirt. Her hair fairly short, just a slight tinge of green in it. She walks up to you and says, "Trying to get away?"
Not just fell over, bit of a rocking. Think I might have hurt my shoulder, and then I kind of look at her with like a nasty look, and I'm like, "But you look a bit roughed up too. Something happened? You should get that looked at."
"Oh, I'll get it looked at as soon as we're clear, as soon as we're safe. But I just want to know, Sergeant, or is it Logan?"
More like the one who's gonna help put you away.
"Oh, really? Well, we'll see about that."
I've got friends. They're on their way.
Well, I guess we should probably get going then. And she is going to start to walk out of the room. Now, I'm going to come back to you in a second. Because, like, as I will say this, as she begins to walk out, you would notice she snaps her fingers, and there's a man who comes in, who she says, "Keep an eye on him. He's a bit reckless. We wouldn't want any hiccups before we get to America." And as she steps out, she closes the door, and this big, fairly beefy gentleman, he's bald, he's wearing a suit, he will stand at the door with his arms crossed. But I will come back to you in a second. Now, Mungo, Bunny stands in front of you, and she says, "So, who's the person you were talking about with her?"
I mean,
What?
I thought that was obvious. It was
"The woman you kissed?"
What's that?
"The woman you kissed?"
Bunny, it's you that I love. But obviously I understand if this has all gotten a bit much. It's gotten a bit out of hand for me as well, and you know, I understand if you and I'll get off of the bike, and you know, I'm standing in front of her while I'm saying this. You know, I understand if it's all gotten a bit much for you, and that's fine. I just, you know, I feel better now that I've said it out loud. So, you know, if you loved me back, obviously that would be best case scenario. But you know, that's up to you. It's not something I can decide. In my head, that sounded much smoother. But yes. Anyway.
Give
It'll
me a
just sort of reach
bravado
over.
and persuasion.
Okay.
Sorry,
he also
but
gives
keep
her.
going. Keep going.
Yeah, no, he just reaches over and kisses her on the cheek.
Aww.
That is one success.
One success. Okay. Okay. Well, she says, like, I imagine that, like, with the kiss on the cheek, she seems to soften a little bit. She says, I'm sure there's a long explanation, but it seems like you're in quite a hurry. Do you... I don't want to be the one who's just waiting for you. I don't want to be the one who's just watching and hoping that you'll be okay. Can I come with you?
And Mungo sort of like starts because that was not what he was expecting. He wasn't expecting that. He goes, "Oh, well, yes, of course, yes. Although, he sort of gestures to the bike. It might be a bit difficult. It's not exactly a bicycle built for two."
That's fine. I'll, well, I think I'll be okay on your lap.
Oh, right. Yes, and again, just beet red. Like can't even like make direct eye contact with Bunny. Well, be very careful going over any bumps.
Great. Okay, I'm going to come back to you in a second, but we have Mungo starting to ride off with his love. Now, Vinny, you hear that crunch of metal. You would also hear sirens. But, Vinny, these sirens are going in a different direction. There is someone, as you emerge, who calls out to you. And he sounds, well, quite prestigious, but excited to see you. As, of course, this is Marquis Yanis, gift of gold himself. And he says, Bonjour, Vinny. Yes?
Have we met?
I heard that your society was the one responsible for such hubbub at the party.
Maybe, but I'm not telling.
It is fine, but I must say, thank you. A very fond merci, because I, the Marquis, want to throw the most extravagant shindig, and the fact that you and your friends have made the party the talk of the town.
Well, if that's the case, then you're very welcome.
Of course,
Yeah.
I must...
Also, hope you find the bust to your liking, given the fact that it's returned back.
Well, thank you. And I'd say that in this moment, he also he takes out a little slip of paper and he hands it to you. And he says, as thanks for making the Paris leg of Around the World the most exciting one. And he notices that, like he hears the sirens and he's a little confused.
Oh, that's not for you. Don't worry. It's for another thing. Anyway, continue.
No, sure. Well, he'll hand you that slip of paper and say, "I didn't give this to you."
Wow. That will be telling, wouldn't it?
And with that, he's going to slip away. And the paper, it simply says Amsterdam. In which case, as far as how secretive he was, as far as the gratitude he was expressing, it feels like, in a way, as a little quid pro quo here, a little thanks, he's giving you the answer, the next destination.
Excellent. Wow. Good things come to good people, I guess. That's how karma works. Thank you, Marquis. I do apologize. We have to be on our way. We're off to do some hunting. Little game hunting. Hunting some leopard. Yeah, and just drive off.
Great. Okay. In this case, as I'd say with both interactions here, Vinny, you would arrive just before Mungo does to the scene of this car accident. You would encounter each other just popping up here. Well, you would see the car that y'all had journeyed to the Eiffel Tower in. You would see the car that Logan had driven off in. And you would see a little bit of blood, but no Logan.
But the car that the woman drove is also still here? It's like the two
Still
cars are just like
there.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Right.
there
No
is-
one. Yeah.
There is a man that seems passed out in the front. But oddly, in spite of the accident here, the sirens aren't coming here. They're going in another direction entirely.
I see.
But y'all are together again.
Okay. So I think I just like wave for my like the driver's seat of the passage and just see it's like Mungo and Bunny. Like Bunny's on Mungo's lap. I'm like just a thumbs up.
Mungo just sort of gives you like a sort of smile of like and then like stops and lets Bunny like helps Bunny down. Trying to think what that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll go and check out the scene and look a little bit weirdly at the sight of blood. Like
Right.
Yeah.
this does not seem good.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
As Logan says it, that this is like this is not good at all.
It's not
Yeah,
good.
something.
Yeah, perfect transition.
Something in the
It's
wind.
not good.
Logan, is that you?
So
Smell him.
You are the golden retriever after all.
I'd say as far as clues are concerned, there is the person who I'd say maybe like as he hears more sounds, he begins to stir a little bit from behind the steering wheel. You just hear like a groan of like, ugh.
Which car is he in? Is he in the Lime Leopard's car?
Right.
Lime Leopard's car.
Yes, the
All right.
driver.
Yeah. So I think I just immediately like Vinny is just like a fox on a mission, literally.
Right.
Fox on the run if you want. So just like gets onto the bonnet of the car, like a leg on like the window pane and just leans down so like the first thing that I think the driver would see is just a fox. It's his mask with Vinny's brown eyes coming out of that mask.
Ooh.
It's just like there, perching.
Ugh.
So I think it's just like a little slap on the face. It's like, come on, wake up.
Ugh. What?
Ah,
Who
bonjour.
are you?
Well, that's not really that important. Where's the driver? Where's the passenger? Where's the little young lady that you so kindly escorted?
Joe like looks over and waves.
Oh snap. Okay. I'd say like with all of you here, why don't you I'm gonna swap back over to our good old traits and stuff. As far as your means of convincing him, I would love for you to roll a bravado and persuasion, and this will be like I'm gonna give you an extra 2 dice on this because you do have Mungo here. You do have the beefy man Alfie here too. Very intimidating. So, show me what you got.
Okay, so 6 dice in total. Right? Three successes. Five,
Oh
five,
my
6.
gosh. Okay. In this case, as you ask where she is, where this young lady might be, he says, I was just hired to drive her. And he kind of points in the direction towards the ships on the dock, and he says, they wanted me to take her to Pier 5. There's a ship there that's bound for America.
America, you say? I mean, it's been a while since I've been back there. That's probably not great if our friend is on there. It's definitely not on our trip schedule or our itinerary. But, well, you have been very cooperative, and I do thank you. What's your name?
My name is Jeremy.
All right,
I had come
Jeremy.
here just, I was just sightseeing a little bit, but I got caught up in stuff.
Right. Well, word of advice, if a pretty woman says to give you a ride, just say no.
Yeah.
That's a terrible advice.
Advice that'll probably get him out of trouble usually most of the time.
Great. Okay. So, you've got your information. Mungo, Vinny, y'all know Pier 5 for America. We're going to go back over to Logan now. Logan, you see this gentleman. He's standing there menacingly, arms folded. What are you thinking?
Damn, oh crap, damn, I'm screwed, damn, what to do now? And I think I'm going to try to make some coy conversation. So I'm just going to be like, so come here often?
Onto the ship?
Yeah. I mean, did you hear what's the last thing that she stole? Or more importantly, do you know how much that is worth?
I'm not sure how much it's worth, but I'm sure it'll be worth a lot. And I'm going to be
how
getting
much of that do you think you're going to see?
She said 10%. And I'll take it.
10%. 10% of something you don't know how much it's going to be. You're going to get 2 coins out of this. She's going to bamboozle you out of money. And you're going to keep working for her because she just thinks you're stupid. I'm sorry, I gotta call it like it is. I mean, from me to you, it just doesn't look like you're getting a fair deal here.
Why don't you roll a bravado and persuasion for me?
I would love to. Come on, dice. Come on, dice. Also, Mongo, be ready. I'm gonna start offering some of your money.
You got your lucky coin, so.
I do. I think I'm okay with 2 successes. I'll take the 2 successes.
Okay. You kind of notice, like, he kind of looks down, and he says, "What are you thinking? Do you think you might be able to get a buyer and cut out the rest of the riffraff?"
Well, you see, what's been purchased is, I mean, if I could recover it, I wouldn't be mad at it. But as you can imagine, my priorities are more towards self-survival. Do you know Mungo Fitzgibbon? Surely you've heard of the family.
Yes, of
They-
course.
They were at the party. I believe they were bidding incredible amounts on art pieces and the such. Well, you see,
Right.
Mungo is a great friend of mine. He's one of those friends that is looking for me right now. And I am sure he would be willing to compensate greatly for any sort of help you might be able to provide here. And I kind of look down. I imagine I'm still on the floor on my side with like my hands tied behind my back, and I kind of nudge and look around. Obviously, doing something like that would not put you in good graces with your current employer, which is fine because we are actually looking for some muscles to join our little team. And I guarantee you it will be a worthwhile long-term investment for you.
I see. Well, we'll see. And he will come up to you with your 2 successes. He is going to take out a knife and cut your ropes. And oh my goodness, there's a little problem created. Fantastic.
Oh, God.
Okay, so he is going to help you up and say, "Follow me. I know the patrol routes, so it'll be safe this way." And he'll lead you out into the hallway, and like every now and then you'll reach a corner. Well, he'll stop you, and just he'll start to like look around the corner, and he might step out and say, "Oh yeah, just bathroom break." But you notice that it seems like he's leading you a little bit deeper into the ship. And he leads you to one section in particular. It seems like a place where people would put very mundane like food stores and whatnot. And he takes out a key and he opens it. And as he opens that door, I would love in this moment, Mungo and Vinny, as you're beginning to head towards the ship, I would say that you overhear, there seems to have been a policeman's radio that has fallen on the ground. And you hear like a psst, be on the lookout for 4 culprits. A Logan, Mungo, Vinny, and Sergeant for the theft of an art piece. And you two, Vinny and Mungo, you hear that. And it doesn't quite make sense because you put the bust back, leaving your calling card. But, well, Logan, as this gentleman leads you into this room, opening the door, he pulls off a cloth cover to reveal that, well, there is an art piece here. And it's of a woman with a little bit of a smile.
Oh
Not
no.
much of eyebrows. But as you stand there, you see this art piece. We are going to go to break, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Oh.
It's the girl with the pearl earring. No.
Oh my gosh, y'all have been so wonderful. Thank you so much. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to see what happens. I will say, Noelle, I hope that development was satisfactory for the problem. But we'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Hey y'all, oh my gosh, welcome back. Holy crap, Julie, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. Oh goodness, welcome raiders. Hello, it's so great to see y'all. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, we were on our midstream break, but we're back now. And oh my goodness, welcome y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for the raid, Julie. How was your stream? And well, I guess I should probably give y'all a little recap of what's happened so far, so that y'all are jumping in with with all the knowledge, all the problems that the players are going through right now. Because, of course, they're around the world in 80 days journey. They've developed a lot of scandals so far, trying to do this competition, but also trying to save people, because Vinny has a connection with this young girl named Kat, who has gotten embroiled into some criminal activities. But we find out, wait a second, there's this new criminal called the Lime Leopard who's popped up in this area, and we suspected it was Kat. However, amidst the competition, Mungo was the one who was sought after by so many women. He, with his debonair charm, of course. In this moment leading up to here, he had made a decision, and he rebuffed Naomi Hoffman, the woman who his parents arranged for him to marry. And now he's riding forth with Bunny Fairbanks, the love of his life, into trouble, along with Vinny, who was able to prevent Catherine from being framed for stealing this bust. Vinny, who is now with Catherine and Alfie, this fairly burly gentleman, who's also keeping an eye out for Kat, who has connections with the criminal underworld and has helped Vinny get here. We also have Logan, who, as a member of the staff archetype, has, well, done so much to help and yet also create some issues. Streaking in Paris, but in a very heroic effort to stop this culprit, the Lime Leopard, from getting away, he plows his car forward, causing an accident, but was captured. And he is now on a ship, proposing to this other big gentleman who is hoping to get a big piece of the pie. Logan offers more. And this gentleman thinks, oh, maybe I will take you up on that offer. But he also has his own greedy desires, as we had a problem redeem from our chat. And so this gentleman, with his own selfish, greedy desires, takes Logan not out of the ship, but to where the final art piece was taken. And as he pulls that cloth off, we find out what it is. It is the illustrious, the sought after Mona Lisa herself. And as Logan gazes upon this from outside of the ship on Pier 5, Mungo and Vinny hear on a police radio that 4 people are being sought for the theft of an art piece. Logan, Mungo, Vinny, as well as Logan's alter ego, Sergeant. At this point, Logan, you're confronted with this art piece. And the gentleman says, "You want to help me lug this out of here?"
Ooh. I mean, yes, you're right. We should definitely not. Yes.
Yeah, just go grab that side. And he just hurriedly just picks up one corner of the Mona Lisa.
I'm gonna be like, oh no. Vinny showed me how to do with this.
And he dropped.
I grabbed the painting, the frame, and I just kind of try to crash the frame like as gently as possible to pull out the actual painting and roll it up rather than carry the whole thing awkwardly. Because Vinny's shown me how these things work. We've had a lot of time to talk about it. A few stories were shared while we were in the air balloon.
Very smart. Very smart. Okay. Well then, if the two of us are getting a cut from this, 50% of what you can get from this painting. I don't know much about paintings, but I've heard of this one. So, let's go.
Yeah, no, that's definitely yes. I mean, we hadn't agreed on 50%, but you are right. You are going to make so much money. Let's go.
All right. Now, in this case, he begins to lead you out. I'd like to ask you, as far as like you've got this painting, as far as maneuvering out, are you just looking for like the quickest, stealthiest way out with this man, or is there anything else you might be keeping an eye out for?
You know that feeling when the storyteller tells you like, is there anything else you'd like to look out for? And you're like, holy crap, is there something else I should be looking out for?
Right.
It's like, you wouldn't just say that.
Hey, it's just an innocent question.
Just rolls dice. No, it's okay. Carry on.
Right. You know.
No, I do feel like getting out of here as quickly as possible is how. I think this was big enough to where whatever other little thing there might be to see, there's no way it's going to be as big as this and worth risking not getting out with this. So
great. Focus on speed. Excellent. Good to know. In that
gosh,
case,
I hate that. So that's what that feels like.
As this gentleman is beginning to lead you out, there is someone who will call out off in the distance and say, "Theodore, who's that with you?" And you know that one of the guards on patrols, maybe in this case he was just a little bit too eager. The prospect of a bigger piece of the pie from the sale of the Mona Lisa made him a little bit reckless, and he didn't account for someone. What do you do?
So am I spotted already or just him?
Both of you. So he's called out saying like, "Who's that with you?"
How do I know how close to the exit we might be?
Um, let me ask you something, Liam. How much does Logan travel in large ships that are used to transport goods from continent to continent?
Probably not a lot.
Okay.
We did say when we were on the cruise at the very beginning of this adventure, I
Uh-huh.
did know some stuff about
Some
boats, and I
stuff.
kind of BS'd my way into talking to the captain and kind of making him switch course and stuff. So I can make it sound like I know, but I probably don't know a whole lot.
Okay. Why don't you roll 2 dice for me? Yes, and we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, man, double sixes, baby. That's a 5 and a 3. I'll take it.
Okay. So that's 1 success. In which case, I would tell you that, I mean, he did lead you deeper into the ship. There would be another means of getting up, like above, but based on where you are, getting above here wouldn't necessarily put you closer to the dock itself.
Right.
You would just
Right.
be up above on the ship a bit farther away since he took you deeper.
Mm. Once that question is asked, I will just I'm just gonna do a classic. What's that behind you?
Bravado persuasion for me, please.
Let's go. Just 1 success. Gosh, I'm rolling like garbage. That's 3 1s and a 5. I'm just glad that 5 is in there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's
Okay.
nuts.
Goodness. All right, Logan. I will come back to you in 1 second, and we'll see the result of that roll. Now, Mungo, Vinny, you heard that on the radio. What are y'all doing? You're on the pier. You're getting close to the ship. At this point, there isn't anyone watching the ramp itself. There is still the ramp up there. What do you want to do?
I think the first thing that Vinny wants to figure out is like which RP. So I think like Vinny turns to Alfie. He's just like, all right, for the plan to work, like, did it was it just a bust or was there something else?
It was sorry. Who did you turn to?
Oh, I was talking to Alfie.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Alfie will say, well, she did say that as far as her plan went, she was going to make the theft of the bust as clear and obvious as possible, so that when people went looking, when the police went looking, she would be able to pull off the biggest heist.
So the bust was just a bait then.
Right.
All right. She's wily as she could be.
Yeah.
Right.
Perhaps we should just focus on finding Logan and getting out of here.
That's fair. But also, you can't really let her succeed on this heist as well. Sorry. As much as I love Logan and I do want him back, something about this slime leopard just really, really tugs my strings.
Great.
I just think we'll be more of use with one extra person.
No, that is fair. Right. Okay. Cat's still sleeping in the carriage, right?
Well, the
How is she
carriage is
woken
a little
up?
far off. If I'd say this, you could leave her in the carriage back there, or you could bring her here if you wanted to. Up to you.
Yeah. I mean, the more people that we have to deal with the situation, the better. I know she's tired, but if she really wants to make a mark on herself, to put her skills to good use, now's the time.
Okay,
So, yeah.
great. Then
Mhm.
she'll be with you, and
Okay. Yeah.
she'll say, I I was supposed to be on this ship. I was expecting to give her the bust, and then I would meet up with her later here.
Well, seems like she didn't tell you the whole plan. But honestly, it's not your fault. It's just unfortunate that you're on the receiving end of it. So,
Thank you.
firstly, focus on the task at hand.
Right.
We'll leave the self-leveling to later. But I think I'd look at like all of the people here. So Mungo, Bunny, Alfie, and then Cats.
And
So
not
I
your
just
friend
say-
Logan.
Yeah,
Who
it's
you're
like
leaving behind.
Yeah, it's a search. Yeah, it's like. So, here's the problem at hand. We got two things. Well, two problems actually. We got our friend Logan, who's on the ship, and potentially the art piece that's on the ship as well. My best course of action is we get both to solve two birds with one stone, in a sense, and also get the lime leopard too. Now, I would propose that Alfie, Cat, and myself will go onto the ship to try to potentially find Mungo and Bunny. What do you think? I don't really know your skill set, so Mungo and Bunny, what can you provide to this plan?
Yeah, Mungo, we've only been traveling together for months. I still don't know what you're doing here.
Exactly, except for flirting with women. Very well.
Well, obviously, I'll make sure that Bunny is all right. But aside from that, well, I don't really know what I could do. I suppose I could provide some sort of distraction or something.
Lost couple out in the pier who wanted to go on a cruise ship journey, but turns out to be an actual cargo ship instead. Perfect. We'll go with that.
Sorry, what?
Great. Okay, so then distraction. Does this sounds like Mungo and Bunny are gonna go aboard the ship first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vinny likes to throw their friends like as cannon fodder. It's like, you go, we'll see what happens.
I trust my friends completely. Like they have been, they say they're baggage, but they are very helpful baggage.
Very helpful baggage.
Yeah, it's like the
Rough.
essential baggages, the one that you actually
Freaking
bring your
rough.
up with.
Great. Okay.
Like carry-ons.
Yeah.
Okay. Mungo. How do you approach this? The ramp is clear, but as soon as you get up closer, you would note that there are people on the ship that seem to be patrolling a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for just totally take my role of idiot and just be like,
Okay.
"Hi, hello. Sorry, is there a problem?"
What are you doing here?
Well, you see, we've recently gotten engaged, and
Congratulations.
thank you.
Bunny is like you can feel like she's holding onto your arm, but you feel her hands like tense up a little bit, and her cheeks start to flush red.
Well, it's a sort of a celebratory cruise that we've bought tickets to. Someone at the pier sold them to us.
Cruise?
Yes, is this not the cruise? Has someone perhaps given us the wrong dates?
I feel like this is a pretty witty thing So you want to give me a little
Sure.
wit and sharp for me?
Sure, let's
I mean,
try it.
I'm very impressed. Oh my gosh.
This is like the How to Train a Dragon 3 meme, where it's like the dude's dancing and then Hiccup is just like,
Let's see. Can I get an extra die or anything from Bunny being there?
Yeah, absolutely.
She
she's
helping
so
the cover
excited.
story.
She does
Because I
like
need all the help I can get because I only have one in winter.
yeah, she makes a special point to hide her left hand so that, you know,
Great.
there's no ring.
More.
Ooh, no. That is a failure.
Okay.
I'm just clearly too awkward and embarrassed
Okay.
about the idea of being engaged to Bunny.
I will say this. This gentleman like notices like the two of you and he says, "Engaged, huh?"
and I intervene. I do have a scene
Oh,
sheet that I would like to use for Mongo.
Yes. What are you thinking?
Lucky break. Luck has always been on your side. Even when something goes bad, you can usually find a way to make it work for you. You automatically succeed on a fail roll of your choice. You can use this for another player's fail roll.
Great. Okay. All right. So then he'll say like, I thought John was supposed to be keeping people from getting on here. Yeah, I'll give him a piece of my mind. And you notice like he starts to go and he's like, get lost. But he says that as he's like already storming off. He's like going off of the ship down the ramp to try to look for whoever this John fellow is. But this person is like one of the main people keeping an eye on top of the ship, and as such, with the coming in clutch from Vinny, with the lucky break, Mungo, Bunny, you're able to get this guy off the ship. So then, Mungo, what do you do?
I think at this point, if the coast is clear, I will just sneak aboard. Again, making sure that like Bunny is alright, sort of guiding her across. I'm sure she's doing fine. Mungo is just trying to be sort of you know, chivalrous in this case. She's actually probably better composed than Mungo is in this case.
You know that she seems to have like a little skip in her step right now after that interaction. And you can kind of hear as she whispers, engaged.
I'm sorry about that. It was the first thing that popped into my head.
Great. Now, Mungo being able to get rid of that guard. Vinny, Alfie, Catherine. What do y'all want to do?
Okay, so I think we're off in the distance, and Crystal's like cross fingers as much as possible, and then seeing the guard go off the ramp is like, oh wow, I can't believe that actually worked. So I think what we do is that actually seeing like the guard just immediately like go off in the distance off the ramp, I think that's when we go up to sneak and rejoin with Mungo and Bunny, I think.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. When you get up here, I would say that you note that, I mean, of course, this is a pretty big ship. There are certain patrols along the way, but it seems like with this person gone, you basically have free reign of this half of the ship up here at least. Maybe most of the people are down there keeping an eye on things, making sure everything is set up. But what is your plan of attack from this side? I'd say there are entryways that would allow you to go down below. What would you like to do?
Well, I think I just turn to Kat and just say, Kat, you said you've been on this ship before, right? Or you haven't?
I haven't. I was supposed to meet here so that we could go we could leave with our loot.
Our loot, exactly. But given that said, you probably know where the loot is being kept, if with your intuition, I suppose.
Right. The lime leopard tends to favor putting any sort of loot in places where people go quite often. Whether it be a place where the staff might go to obtain towels and the like repeatedly, or where people would go to eat.
That's fair. All right. So, here's my plan, at least. Mungo and Bunny, if you'd be so kind, Cat would like to accompany you in order to retrieve said loot. While myself and Alfie, seems like the adults would need a lot of talking with this lime leopard.
Ooh, okay. Great. With that, I'm going to cut back over to Logan. Logan! Now, with that one success of bravado persuasion, the guy looks over, looks behind him. What do you do?
I'm gonna nudge my new friend Theodore, was it?
Yes, Theodore.
Yeah, I'm gonna nudge him and be like, go. Like whether he wants to go, like I trust that he knows the way because I don't.
Right.
So I'm just gonna be like, go. And whether he kind of pushes us backwards towards where we came, or he just wants to go straight past him, I don't know. I've got no idea what the layout is.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just gonna spur him on to do something.
Excellent. He does know. And so, like, with your nudging, he starts to run. He's kind of like looping you around, and much like before, every now and then, running into a place, he'll stop and just wait for the other guards to round the corner. But you would hear yelling from behind you, as that other gentleman, the one that spotted the two of you, says, "Hey! Come back here!" And you hear like the footsteps quickly on the metal ground, and this is joined up by a couple more, and it sounds like as you're continuing to run forward, it sounds like there's maybe a good 5 people chasing after you now. Now I'd say, like, as you're going forward, there is a path. As Theodore is leading you, it looks like if you were to keep going straight, there is someone standing there who is keeping an eye on this passage up. But on the way, there are 3 doors to the right, 3 doors to the left. Around the corner is where those 5 people are coming. So, Logan, what do you do?
So I'm behind Theodore.
Yes.
Does the guy that's ahead of us, does he look bigger than Theodore?
He does not look bigger than Theodore.
And it looks like if we can get past this last guy, we'll make it out.
Right.
But I'm gonna be like, Theodore, I choose you. Barrel attack. And since I'm behind him, I'm just kind of putting my hand on his back, and I'm just kind of continuing to push to kind of like. I mean, obviously, my pushing isn't enough to really push him, but it's enough to kind of make him feel like he's just going to keep going straight. And hopefully he's just going to bump right into him.
Great. Okay. You know what? Why don't you make a little roll for me? I'm gonna have you roll 5d6 here. This
take
is
that.
this is Theodore doing his best, like tackle. If you watch wrestling, Goldberg spear, as he dashes forward, gonna slam into this guy.
I think I'd like to use my coin.
Oh, okay, okay. Do you have a coin on you? If you don't, I
I
can
do
flip
not.
one.
I do not. Flip one for me.
I will happily flip one, and I'll just.
I got no successes out of 5 dice.
Gosh. Okay. I will need you to call it though. Here's what
Yep.
I'll do. I'm gonna flip it. It's in my
Heads.
hand, and I'm
Heads.
going to. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm holding it. It's gonna ease into view. I'm just looking at you right now. You said, what was it?
Heads. That looks like heads. Is that
That's
heads?
heads. That's heads. All right. Okay. So, with the one success, Theodore is able to move forward and slam into the guy. But he does get scuffed as a result. I'd say I imagine that he wasn't expecting that much momentum, and so he slams in, and you see him just kind of rebound a little bit. But the way is clear for you. Where do you go?
Oh, I mean, we need to get out. So if the way straight is the way to get to the deck, then go. Like there's no subtlety to be had anymore.
Sounds great. I will come back to you in a second as you gear to go straight up and out. So, Well. Mungo, Bunny, and Cat. Mungo, hearing that it's like places where people go often. You have an idea of where to go. The possibilities, the places that people frequent often that aren't like they're not the places that most people would store things that they would want to keep secret. But as you begin to head down, I'd say that there is you would hear the steps running, and you would see 5 people run past just in front as you're entering this like little hallway area. They run just straight past you, following. They're yelling, saying, "He's over there!" But now, as you hear those footsteps begin to move away, the coast is clear. So, Mungo, how often are you on a ship of this, like the sort of continental shipping ship?
I'd say this is my first time.
Great. Okay, why don't you roll 1d6 for me?
All right.
We'll see how quickly you can get to that spot.
I got a 5.
Oh my gosh! Okay. So here's what I'll say. You immediately, noticing where the people are running from, you head back in that direction. You note that there is a door open, and you would see, with this door open, that there is a cloth on the ground, there's a frame, and there's no piece of art in there.
I just sort of look at it and go, all right. Interesting.
And Catherine is like, I don't understand. It's supposed to be here.
Unless someone's got to it first.
Oh. You're... Vinny?
Well, it seems like we may be on his trail after all. We thought we were rescuing him, but perhaps he's decided to rescue himself. Or they've decided to rescue themselves.
So, Mungo, noticing that the art has been taken already, where would you lead Bunny and Cat next?
I'd actually like to look around and see
Okay.
if there are any sort of clues as to where Vinny might have gone.
Oh, or where? Sorry, I might have muddled the
okay.
waters a little bit.
Yeah. Logan.
Cat, in
Logan,
her
yeah.
worship of Vinny, thought Vinny had stolen the art piece, but I mean Logan would have been the one, likely.
Right.
So why don't you give me a little wit and sharp for me?
All right, let's try it. 1 dice.
Great.
That's a 6.
Oh my gosh! Hey, look, you're killing it. I would tell you that as far as Logan is concerned, just based on the pace, like, since you saw the people run out, you didn't see Logan running. And you know that when Logan is in the zone, Logan is the quickest, he'll do whatever, and he's probably out.
Okay. Are there any again signs towards what direction he might have gone?
Definitely where those 5 ran.
Okay.
Follow the trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I will say this. I'd say like the path they took, because he was being led by Theodore, because they were trying to avoid the guards, they took the long way around, in which case, since it seems they've pulled all the attention away, if you took the direct path, you might pop up before they do.
But also, if I do that, I risk more likely being spotted, would you say?
Potentially. It depends
Yeah.
on how much you think Logan irked everyone into chasing.
That's true. Okay, I'll take the direct path.
Fair.
Fantastic. I'm going to come back to you in a second as you take the direct path. Vinny, you wanted to go with Alfie to find Miss Slime Leopard. So,
Yeah.
what tack are you going to take here?
So I feel like, because this is a cruise ship as well.
Oh,
If
this
she is the
like
person,
a shipping ship.
Yeah, shipping ship. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, thinking of cruise ship. I'm still in the zone of like, this is a cruise ship.
Oh,
this is
fair.
a cruise ship.
Fair.
No. But we're on a cruise. No. So I think if we're on a cargo deck,
Right.
she will be probably in sort of like the main like captain's quarters, I would say. The one manning the ship. I would say.
Okay.
Like going into that mind of like, if I were a thief, if I were to, I will also I will hire a crew, hire security. So there's probably a captain, but I will also be near the captain because I need to tell the captain where to go.
Mhm.
So, and also with that kind of person, she would like to be in charge. So possibly captain's deck.
All right.
Yeah. So I think I just say to Alfie, it's just like, correct me if I'm wrong, but with her sort of stature, she might be on the captain's deck. Am I right?
That sounds right up her alley.
Tries to be the one in charge, but tries to flaunt it as much as possible. Typical. All right.
Yeah.
So let's pay her a visit, shall we? And also, with the captain's deck, we'll probably see exactly what's going on the deck in case anything bad happens. Don't want her to have the high ground. Let's meet her equal footing.
Great. Okay.
Okay. So I think we just start heading up there, stealthily if we can. Try to get out
Sounds
the way.
good to me.
Mhm.
So I guess this will be the last time I ask this question. Hey, Vinny, how often have you been on a cargo ship?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I would say multiple escapades of mine have involved me hiring possibly a cargo ship and a crew, or being a stowaway on a cargo ship.
Oh, 4 die 6 for me, please.
Yeah, thank you. Right. All right, that's only one success of 5.
One success is enough because I'd say, like, from your experience, from your knowledge of cargo ships, looking for this, the captain's deck, looking for this specific spot, I'd imagine that if you're stowing away on a ship, that would probably be a spot you would avoid. But if you had hired one, that might be a spot that you would hang out in quite a bit. But I'd say you're able to find it, and it seems like it's as you approach, you would note 2 people exit and start to run down the hall. It seems like they're in a hurry for something, but it's simple. It's easy for you to simply duck into a doorway and avoid detection. Because they seem to have a specific target, but you're able to reach that set of doors. How do you enter? What is your approach?
I think it's just like, I imagine like the door is still left ajar because of like how hurried they are to try to get down. So they didn't even bother to close the door.
Right.
So I think it's just like using the opportunity, just sort of like slightly push the door open and just slowly like walking in without making noise. Like, you know how fox's footsteps are, like the little fox, like the little fox step, right?
Right.
As far as a fox.
Great. So you walk in and you see someone sitting in a chair. And at this moment, there isn't anyone else around. It looks like she's reading through just a small book. And not from your noise, but Alfie, I'd say that when he walks in, he's a little bit more hurried and he's ready for action. But he sees her and he starts to move up a little bit quicker. And she hears this and her head snaps up. But she sees him and just gives him a cursory glance before her eyes settle on yours. And she says, Vinny Vulpes, I was hoping I'd get a chance to meet you.
I can't say the pleasure is paid back in kind, Lime Leopard.
A shame. I see that you and he and your squad, you're weak. I thought that you were a worthy adversary, from what I had heard.
Well, given the fact that this is our first time of meeting, then again, your name does not precede yourself. I don't really know you. This is the first time I've heard the Lime Leopard, actually. So I could possibly assume that this is your first sort of big break to make your name wide known. However, I feel like this is as far as you will go in terms of doing that. I'm afraid. Yes, you have definitely led us along, little brum krills I have left behind. even trying to put a kid as the fall girl, like even to, a professional like me, that's cold. That's very cold. I thought that there's like honor among thieves and whatnot, but you go ahead and take that honor and spit it right back out. And that will not stand. I'm sure Alfie here will understand.
You know what the world is like. The world will gobble you up and spit you out, regardless of how much honor you possess. You need to know to shed the baggage when it becomes worthless to you.
I don't know what sort of baggage that you've been having, girl, but if the baggage is as worthless as you think, then you need to find new baggage. That's all I have to say. Get a carry-on or something, like the essential needs, like the essential makeup and whatnot. But that you say to gobble it all up and spit it back out, and the world's like this. The world is broken, sure, but that's the reason why fixtures like us exist. We look at those problems. We look how broken the world is, and we find solutions for them, rather than just assuming that everyone is worthless. We take what's worthless and make it into gold. And if this is how you think the world works, then, sister, you are very wrong. And I would love to prove it to you. You have made one fixer very angry. And as much as I would like to fix this problem, I would very much like to break you right now.
Oh, snap. Okay. I'm going to cut away. I'm going to cut away on that to, well, Logan. After you push Theodore forward, Theodore smashing this guy, him also suffering the consequences, falling to the ground. But he'll try to follow you, try to follow behind you as you're able to make it up. And as you pop up, you hear another little opening, another little latch crack open, and you see a face pop up as you see Mungo. And Mungo, as you look around, it might take you like just a quick glance, but you see Logan.
Whoa! Oh my! Oh, what? What are?
Hello.
Hey,
We've come
when
to rescue you.
Oh, thanks. Where's Vinny? We need to get out of here. And I hear noise like coming from behind me. It's like I've made people unhappy. We need to go. Also, you owe this gentleman money for saving me.
Sorry, what?
And I keep moving.
I'll follow as well. Vinny went after the lime leopard. Is she around here?
Oh, she's somewhere, and she's a piece of work. I tell you that much. Oh, damn. Well, I guess we can't leave Vinny behind. He's our friend, after all. Do you know where he went? Where they went? Sorry.
Just I know the vague direction that they were starting in, so I suppose we could try and start there.
Yes. Well, let's go. This way?
Okay.
Sure.
as y'all come out and loop back around. Great. Okay. So, in that case, we're going to jump back over to Vinny. And Vinny, with the proclamation that you would very much like to break the lime leopard. The lime leopard seems eager to meet this challenge. And she looks at you and looks at Alfie and says, How do you expect to do that? You and this piece of trash?
Firstly, this person, this piece of trash that you just pointed at, invited you to basically join this like escapade of yours to try to make this work. And if it weren't for him, with his connections, you wouldn't be in this position. So treat this man with as much respect as possible. Thank you. Men like these paved the ground for us to work in. And if you don't respect that, then I'm sorry. Secondly, you would say that a couple of the friends that you've gotten, Logan, that's his name. Yes, you know, he loves to get himself into trouble. But he is a man that he will know how to get out of trouble as well. He is that one sort of independent variable in any equation that I will never, ever get to solve. But that's the beauty of it, because you just never know when he'll do something stupid. But then that's the good thing about him, and good thing about how we work together. I always love to improvise.
Oh gosh, the backhanded compliments keep coming.
And how do we hear the noise now as the direction of Mungo and Logan and the whole crowd?
I'd say this, like, in this area, when I imagine, because Logan is fast and reckless, I would imagine that with the crowd, Logan would get to that door first, and he would hear, as you mention his name and how he loves to get himself into trouble, the independent variable, and you never know when he'll do something stupid. And then you would hear footsteps come up as everyone else catches up, as Mungo, as Bunny, as Cat catch up.
Oh.
Yeah, I just barge in, and I just kind of shoot like a bit of a nasty look over to Vinny's way. I'm like, thanks. And then I look over at the lime leopard. I'm like, told you I had friends coming.
Friends. What use is that? I have hired guns on their way.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Well, I guess once they realize their paycheck is no longer viable and able to pay, they'll quickly walk away, which friends wouldn't do. And as I say that, I'm just going to charge towards her to like tackle her to the ground.
You still have the art on you, right? Or was that on?
I think as I go, I'm just going to hand it off to Vinny and then just go for the tackle.
Oh, snap. Okay. So, a few things are going to happen here. Mungo. The doors, I imagine, like when Logan burst in, Mungo, you would reach the door and you would see the door wide open. You would see the scene. Bunny catches up. Cat catches up. And, well, Mungo, you would hear like just a whispering from behind you. It sounds like Cat is whispering something. Now, Logan, you go for that charge. But you're not the only one. Because Alfie is with you. Both of you charging at her. I'm going to need you to roll. And with Alfie, I'm going to have you roll 8 die 6.
Jeez.
Because
2, 4, 6. I need
Alfie is an angry man.
Here's what's up. Because we have Logan, we have Alfie, but she's also, her mouth hangs open as she realizes what Logan has just handed to Vinny. that piece of artwork because, of course, having taken it, she recognizes the quality of the paper. She recognizes it. She's studied it. She's cased it. What have you got on your dice?
All right. I don't know yet. Let's roll.
All right.
All right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Oh my gosh.
3 of them being 6s.
Okay. So in this case, as the two of you charge, it's like because of her looking at that piece of art and starting to panic just a little bit, she reacts slowly, and she's trying to dart left and right, but both of you converging, you're able to tackle her to the ground. And she calls out, "Help! We're under attack!" Mungo, from behind you, the other guards on the ship have caught up. Initially, there was the 5. There was the other 2 that had come out. At this point, there's 7 people behind you. And you hear the click as they have pulled out their guns. Mungo, what do you do?
I'm going to turn around and put my hands up. Because I don't know what else to do in this case.
Great.
Again, look over. Make sure Bunny is okay. I'll step slightly in front of Bunny as well.
Great. Step in front of Bunny. Bunny follows your lead and puts her hands up. Now, Vinny, from where you are, you're a little bit out of the sight range of anyone outside holding the guns, but you would see as Mungo turns and puts his hands up. You have the piece of art, Vinny. What are you doing? Oh, you're muted.
I was also hear the clicks, right? And I would definitely know
Yes.
from my experience that's like guns.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
ooh, yeah, she wasn't joking about hired guns.
Right.
How close is the nearest the steering wheel for the ship?
I'd say probably about 15 feet. You'd be able to get there in a second.
Yeah. So I think I just like seeing the situation going on and how sort of the situation is. I just basically say to like everyone, it's just like, hold on. I quickly grab the steering wheel and I just basically pull it down so it starts spinning in like one direction.
Nice.
So hopefully not capsize, but like turn the ship, make sure it's like tilted in a way.
Okay. Great. So here's what's
So I
gonna
say,
happen.
everyone, hold on.
I need you to give me you choose a trait. You tell me, apply it, justify it, because I feel like there's a bunch, maybe except for culture and etiquette. There's a bunch that could apply here.
Excuse me, chef. Do you mind being tilted?
Right. Yes, I do
No.
mind. Oh no.
Yeah. I don't consent to being tilted. No. I think bravado and persuasion.
Okay,
This
sounds
is
good.
this is a do or die moment right now.
Ah, yeah, it's very brave.
Mungo, yeah. The thing is, yes, the princess of Porto or Spain did say to him before, yes, they might be baggage or something. Oh, someone told him the fact. Oh, Boligrafo, sorry. The forger.
Yeah.
Boligrafo, yes. To say that he was baggage, but then that's the thing. Like, Vinny has grown soft to his friends. Like he knows it's like yes, there's a lot of escapades and a lot of things that we get in trouble with, but always the fun bit is trying to get them out. That's how like Vinny likes to keep their minds turning. And
Right.
it's with this sort of camaraderie that they have forged. I think that's when like he's like, yeah. Like seeing Logan doing his thing, seeing the artwork that he did is like, wow, like Logan is definitely capable. And Mungo, like, there with Bunny, it's like they got something going on. I would love to protect this as he sort of spins the wheel.
Excellent. Let's
see how we do.
Let's see.
Wow, 3 successes.
Oh
2 5
my
and a 6.
gosh. Okay. So here's what happens. You turn that, and as it begins to like scrape and smash against the side of the dock, everyone topples over. I mean, except for, of course, Logan, Alfie, and the Lime Leopard, who are already on the ground. But everyone topples over. You hear like grunting and the sounds of those firearms falling to the ground. There are some gunshots, but they seem to be mostly like stray. You don't hear any sound of anything like connecting. You also notice, I mean, of course, I imagine Mungo, Bunny, you two fall over. And in this case, I mean, Mungo isn't usually the smoothest. Isn't usually the most, deft on his feet. In this case, he doesn't necessarily have to be, because I imagine that as the two of you kind of stumble and begin to fall, Bunny is the one to catch you. And I'd say all 3 of you would hear the sound of, like, there's the falling of the firearms, but there's also the sound of something a little bit smaller, more compact, and it slides across. And you see that the police radio is there. And it seems Mungo would be the one to know that Catherine, when y'all had discovered it, snatched that up. And once you had reached this door, when she was whispering into the radio. And as these hired guns outside of the door, they're like gathering their guns, and they're beginning to like point them inward towards y'all. You hear siren outside as many footsteps traverse onto the ship. And it seems the police have arrived. At Cat's call, we have Logan and Alfie having pinned the Lime Leopard. We have Vinny, I'd say maybe you held your balance, grabbing onto the wheel. You have the piece of artwork. Bunny and Mungo, the 2 of you, have maintained your composure. Cat is on the ground. The men with their guns, as the police come up on board, turn around and see that they're clearly outnumbered. And they put their guns down. What do y'all do?
I don't know. I guess I'm just focusing on restraining the Lime Leopard and just kind of letting somebody else do the explaining.
Great. Okay.
I mean, I'm still like staring up at Bunny who got me, so I'm just
Flabbergasted.
Staring into her eyes.
Yeah. I imagine, like, at this point, perhaps the chief constable of the police does arrive on scene to where we are right now. I think we're all in the whims of the policeman, so I don't want to make any sudden movements yet.
Right.
So I'm pretty much just like assuming it's like, okay, of course, possibly there's going to be like the constable, chief that's going to come into this soon.
And like as the people with the weapons are immediately cuffed with,
Mhm.
I mean, brandishing such dangerous weaponry at people. Um, I you'd see more officers start to come into this room. You see the constable comes in,
Mhm.
and he says, I heard on the radio. What is the meaning of this? What's going on here?
Well, as you have a very busy night, I'll probably make this story short than usual. Here in my hands, I have the stolen artwork of, and I think this is the first time that Vinny opens it up, and just like, oh Jesus Christ, the Mona Lisa. Anyway, anyway, we have the stolen artwork of the Mona Lisa here, and seems like we have the culprits behind it as well. And I think Benny gestures to the restrained lime leopard, where Alfie and Logan are basically restraining her. And it's like, well, a whole escapade tonight. A lot of backstabbing, a lot of, it's like car chasing as well. But in conclusion, we recovered the stolen artwork, found the culprits, and we would love to give this back to where it rightfully belongs, in a museum.
Great.
Mhm.
So, in this case, I'll say that with that, the constable, of course, there will be a process of questioning everybody, making sure the stories align, corroborating everything. And I'm not going to go through all that. I don't want to bore y'all with that.
Mhm.
But I'll say that after that whole process, you're able to leave as they take into custody the Lime Leopard, as well as the goons that she had hired. Unfortunately, as a part of this, Alfie as well. But
Mhm.
Kat is. I mean, they recognized her voice as she was the one whispering to them on the walkie-talkie, on the radio, and as far as evidence is concerned, they didn't find anything on her, because y'all were able to grab all that up. You scooped all that up. But Alfie, like when Kat realizes, Alfie is like, "Don't worry about me. I'll serve my time. I'll be out. Don't worry. Just make sure that you're okay. Make sure that you well." And he'll actually turn to Vinny and Mungo and Logan and say, You lot mind just every now and then checking in on her? I know she can take care of herself, but every now and then there might be someone who try to take advantage of a impressionable youth like this.
Don't need to say it twice.
Thank you. And he'll be led away as well. But Kat is free, and she'll just, I mean, I imagine initially the shock of it. She's sad, of course, that Alfie is being taken away, but she goes up to all three of you and she says, "Thank you. I didn't think that she would betray me like that."
Well, Betrayal always happens to the ones closest to you, and those are the ones that will hurt the most. But I wouldn't dwell on it. Yeah, sure, this is a lesson to be learned, for sure. But you're not faultless. Everyone experiences this once in a while, myself included.
I see. It seems like the three of you, well, I guess four of you, and she kind of gestures towards Bunny as well. Um, well, you value and trust each other very much.
I would say we're thick as thieves, as they would say.
We're friends.
Exactly.
I think I need
Logan just kind of looks down like,
Hmm.
I think I should try to go find some of those.
You know, there's a lot of good people around where Alfie works at. There's a lot of good impressionable youths who would like to have someone to look up to. You know, not someone who is the perfect all the time. Someone who does make mistakes sometimes. But the important thing is to learn from those mistakes, to accept those mistakes, and to move forward with the world. Because the world keeps on turning as much mistakes we make in this time. Use that. Teach them.
Yes,
Have a moral compass for them.
I will.
And I'm sure you'll be a great fixer yet.
Thank you.
Also, stop with the whole heist thing. Like that's just not a viable line of work. Like honestly, you have a lot of people running after you. It's better to fix things rather than create problems,
Right.
That's the
right.
one advice I'll give to you.
I will. And with that, what I would like to do is you have the next destination, but
yes.
I do want to ask you, would y'all go there immediately? Would y'all try to find some time to rest a little bit? If you do decide to rest, then I was thinking I could just have each of you talk about what you might do to recover from this this stressful string of events of arriving in Paris, of having to save so many people, of having to save yourselves from affections and otherwise. What do y'all think?
I mean,
yeah,
I
Mungo's
kind
gonna
of,
need a minute. Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
Right. Rest? Okay.
I mean, I'm on it in a minute too, but I'd love to hear how, because there were those cards, and we were kind of, people gave us grades and everything, and like there was that whole thing that beyond this adventure, we were still meant to compete to win this leg of the race.
Right.
So I'd love to know how that went.
Oh, I would love to activate my last scene cue for this, actually.
Oh.
There's a little bit of loose ends I want to tie up.
Okay.
And also try to bring our society into a better light. So I'm going to use my last scene cue, I am the law.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So you're well versed with the rules of law, and you know how to wield this knowledge to your advantage. Impress and intimidate with your legal lease while finding loopholes to get you out of an unfavorable situation.
Great.
So I imagine that with everything that's happened, there's a lot of bad light that's been shined on us,
Mm-hmm.
Louis Pleasure, supposedly made out with a lot of women, being very in a bad light with his parents. Sergeant Logan with the Prince of Porto as well. It just seems like throughout this whole party, there's a lot of negative light on us. So I would like to go to a particular publishing journalists that I have saw at many times, sort of like at the French Times, I would say. Paris. What was it? The French Dispatch. Who knows? Maybe that.
Mhm.
So I think I just go ahead and just explain to him, just like, hey, you better make us like a piece about us that paints us in a good light. There's a lot of good things that we did that the press themselves or like the nobles, they did not understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just trying to make myself or our group in a better light than usual. Also to say basically how Alfie. Oh no, I don't want to actually bring Alfie into the limelight.
Okay.
But also, I'll probably use this opportunity to get the Prince of Porto a lot of heat for that stuff he did. Tobias,
Great.
Thomas, yeah,
Tomas, yes.
Thomas,
Excellent.
yes.
Excellent. So that sounds like what Vinny would be doing. Just a little
Mhm,
extra groundwork before
mhm.
continue on the next leg. Well, Mungo, what what do you think Mungo would be doing in this time before y'all embark again to Amsterdam?
Um, I think Mungo's gonna see if his family is still there.
Oh my gosh!
Since, if I remember correctly, left on sort of incomplete terms.
Right, right. Yes, yes. So, I mean, hey, look, we've come this far. Why don't you roll me a die 6? If it's a 1, you run into your parents.
All right. No, it is a 6.
Nice.
But I mean, I think Mungo actually is trying to seek out his parents at this point to
Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
sort
I
of
dig it.
create some closure there.
Okay, in that case, yes, I'd say like, you catch wind of where they're going, and oh snap! Hey, we've got a little reroll action too.
Ooh, okay.
So-
Nice.
If you want to throw down another one, I might give you a little bit more of a bonus here. We'll see. We'll see. Because, well, I'll tell you after you roll. I'll tell you.
Okay.
So,
Is it still 1d6?
yes.
Or are we increasing the okay.
1d6.
Right. It's a 3.
Okay. Okay. In this case, with the reroll, I'm going to still give you a little bit more leeway.
Okay.
Because I'd say, initially, with just the 6, seeking them out is difficult. Because after seeing all that, especially with the leader of the society having, or the sponsor of the society, Sir Gent, having told them that Mungo was out, and then seeing him pantsless running through the streets. What is this? They were ready to leave. They were ready to book the next ship out of here. And in that case, I would have had you encounter them maybe just as they're like the people are guiding them up the ramp. They have to go. But you get to them a little bit before that. You're able to meet with them and maybe enjoy a nice meal. How would you approach this? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think I will approach them sort of very earnestly and, just sort of like, a little bit of a shrug, a little bit embarrassed. Just be like, sorry, things didn't exactly go down the way that I was planning on it.
And your Mungo's father, he seems like about to say something, like in just anger and frustration, but you see the hand of Mama Fitzgibbons rest on his shoulder and kind of pull him back as she says, "We really wish that you would have told us the truth. All we want is what's best for you. And we thought that maybe if you were struggling, then we would find someone. We would find someone that you could spend the rest of your life with.
Yes, I see now that, well, I should have stood up to you before and told you what I really think. But, I think I may have indeed, found someone that I'd like to spend the rest of my life with, and maybe it's even more than one person. Maybe it's, 3 people in particular. And it's, it's Logan and Vinny and Bunny. I mean, maybe not the rest of my, like not.
Mom, Dad, I want to start a polygamy right now.
It's not in sort of a romantic context. I mean, with Bunny, it is perhaps, I don't know, it's still sort of up in the air in terms of that. I don't know exactly what she feels about, but I just meant, they're my friends, and
as you're explaining, like your Papa Fitzgibbons is already like, oh, I my heart can't take it anymore, please. He starts to walk away, but your mother does hear you out, so at the very least, Mama Fitzgibbons knows what's up, while Papa Fitzgibbons thinks you're starting some sort of harem.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I'm very sorry for any difficulty I've caused.
You have nothing to apologize to me about. I'll work on him. And
Thank you, Mother.
And she'll question, would you have brought Bunny with you for this?
I don't think so. I think I would have wanted to go on my own. Just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, she might have followed me or something, but at least I wouldn't have brought her with me.
Excellent. Okay, great. So I'd say, like, with that, with Mungo and his parents, one of his parents, reaching an accord, we'll pan over to Logan. Logan, how do you spend this evening, the little bit of time you have before you continue with the competition? Before that, I can tell you some of the results as far as...
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So I'll say, and I will, you know what? I'll pull up the card, because it seems that as far as the votes were concerned, when it was all tallied up, there might have been a little bit of a tie between two groups, between interestingly enough, Nothing to Fear But Sphere itself and the Globe Trekker Society, save for, and you tell me if I'm overstepping here, Liam, I imagine that as they're counting, they're like, there is a tie. And then there's just a voice. And it's like someone else in the crowd is like, wait, is there one more ballot? And
recount the ballots.
Well,
Too soon, I'm sorry.
it seems there's another one that wasn't counted that was of a sergeant, and I put that up on the screen, and once that was included, the winner on this part of the best impression upon the aristocracy in Paris was, of course, the Globe Trekker Society. So, Logan.
I think Logan is very tired. Logan's been in an accident. He's been roughed up on a ship. He's been driving like a maniac all over Paris. I think Logan's just, whatever accommodation we have, Logan's just gonna like lie there for a while, just kind of tend to his wounds, make a cup of chamomile, and then eventually he's like, this is Paris after all, and it's been so long since I've been here. Because I hadn't been in France since a particular event to where I just couldn't find work anywhere in France. So France just kind of became a no-go zone for me. And I was like, I am here now. I may as well make the most of it. And so Logan's just going to go for a stroll through Paris, kind of thinking back to the last time he was around here.
Right.
Thinks about going to a certain address in Paris and just hesitates and goes back and forth and wonders whether he should or not, and eventually says, what the hell not? And he kind of goes and walks up to the door, and after kind of pulling himself together, he just rings the bell.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's up to you whether the door opens or not.
The door does open. Who's standing there, Logan?
Well, if I have a choice, it's probably now a 14-year-old young woman dressed in a really nice pink dress with like a little bit of thrills around and everything. And it looks like she was about to go out and like she was expecting it to be somebody else picking her up. And she's got a big smile on her face. And then all of a sudden her face kind of crunches up and she just kind of looks at me for a little bit confused, like not being able to place me. And all of a sudden, her eyes kind of light up, and she's like, "Logan, is that you?" And I open up my arms, and she just embraces me, and I embrace her back, and that's it.
Great. A little family reunion.
Well, not family, at least I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
That could be awkward.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was misreading something. My apologies.
No, that's okay.
But with a lot of wholesome endings so far, we are going to, I imagine, like at this point, we'd have the credits. We've had Vinny able to clear y'all's name in a way to spread some mistrust of the Prince of Porto. We had Mungo able to clear some stuff up with parents, and Logan with a tearful reunion. Well, after the credits roll, we zoom in on a cell. Of course, here we have a woman in a black turtleneck, short hair, save for a little bit of a green trim. She's sitting there, and she's got an angry look on her face, conniving a little bit. And, well, the door to this cell opens, and a gruff voice says, "Looks like you made bail." And that the guard here walks away as someone else steps up. And as the lime leopard looks up, she says, I expected someone, but certainly not you. As we hear a voice saying, well, I want revenge. And they say revenge is a dish best served cold. And the lime leopard smiles and says, well then, we'd better not let it melt. And she follows this woman in a deep blue dress with long brown hair as we look over at the bail sheet and we see that it was none other than a Naomi Hoffman who has posted the bail of the lime leopard. And that is where we will wrap up this session of Around the World in 80 Days. Thank y'all so much for playing. Oh my gosh, y'all have been wonderful. Sorry about the mix-up, Liam.
No, that's okay.
I got sidetracked. But y'all have been so wonderful. Big thank you to my players. Y'all have been absolutely incredible. Especially for sticking with me on this leg of the journey where we were rocking and rolling. It seemed like we were a session a city until now. But big thanks. Big thanks to, Fleur and Chelsea of Wanderer's Tome for such an incredible game. Y'all should definitely check it out. I've got my copy right here. It's so nifty. It's so nice. Hey, my kingdom for hardcover books. Also, for the art of our characters was done by none other than Junebug Joe. She is absolutely incredible. If you want to check out her artwork or get a commission, I've put the link in the chat as well. And all of you who've stuck around for this wild ride, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. The timing, y'all's timing is absolutely incredible with the problem. Oh my gosh, that was spectacular. Spectacular. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Hey, the spirit moved me. But before we adjourn, before we wrap up, well, let's have a last word from each of our cast members. Who you are, who you've been, anything to promote, and what you want to say to our wonderful audience. Let's start with Liam with Kaylee on deck.
Hey everyone, name's Liam, and I played Logan tonight. I run a channel called The Geek of One's Own where I do things role-playing game-wise as well, where we play games usually with the creators of the game, and it's a really fun time. And if you want to hear more about who that young girl was and how she knows Logan, I guess you'll have to stick around and come back to the next episode.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Liam. Let's go over to Kaylee with Henry on deck.
Hi, yes, Kaylee here. I played Mungo. check out mastermindadventures.com for a bunch of various campaigns, one-shots, free, paid, etc. of professional TTRPGs you can play with professional GMs. And in terms of what I'd like to say, just thanks so much for watching and contributing to the
Yes.
chat. This is just a really nice little community that Matt's created.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You all are just so wonderful. All right, let's go over to Henry.
Hi, I'm Henry. I played Vinny Vulpes, and as I said, I literally got nothing to promote. I am just here because Matt just sent out a call, just be like, hey, let's, anyone want to play Flabbergasted? And I'm just a player who just really wanted to play this game. And so I am very thankful for Matt for giving me this opportunity. I don't have anything to promote. I'm not a creator. I just want to play. And to
Hell
do
yeah.
so on this community as well is just amazing. So thank you for staying here, watching us flounder about, throwing problems at us, but that is what we do. You know, we try to solve those problems. But no, then again, like for those who stayed, yeah, like props to you. Like we're just having fun, and that's all. And hope you have fun too. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And well, I'm going to get a little raid started for my good friend Spiral. I believe they're playing a storytelling game, but I'm going to queue that up. I hope y'all will stick around and drop some hype in the chat. But y'all, thank you so much for being here. I can't wait for the next session. I'm so excited. And as always, y'all, wherever you are, whenever it happens to be, I hope y'all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. And until next time, stay safe and take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. We are out, y'all.